And President Trump says he's considering a run for a third term as he ramps up his trade war. The 22nd Amendment limits a president to 2 elected terms, but the president says there are methods that would allow it. Meanwhile, markets are bracing for President Trump's tariffs to take effect. Once these tariffs kick in, the U.S. could see price hikes for electronics, produce, pharmaceuticals, clothing, footwear, and more. Let's bring in White House correspondent Karen Travers and ABC News business reporter Alexis Christoforous for more. Karen, President Trump is calling Wednesday Liberation Day. So what's his goal with these new tariffs, and what do we know about how they'll take effect?
Well, we've heard the president say repeatedly for the last couple of weeks, Diane, that he wants to reduce trade imbalances. He wants to stop countries from ripping off the United States, in his words. And so Wednesday, he's calling this Liberation Day, the day that he reduces trade imbalances with countries all around the world by putting into effect sweeping tariffs on countries. But Diane, it's not clear yet what this is going to look like, what countries will be targeted, what products will be targeted, what the percentage would be on these tariffs. And the president has kind of gone back and forth a bit in terms of how severe they would be, or maybe how not severe. Yesterday saying that maybe he would be more generous to countries, more generous than they have been to the United States. He was asked if it was going to target 10 to 15 countries, some of the worst trade imbalances that the United States has. And the president said no, he's going to start with every country all around the world. So Diane, a lot of details still not yet released by the White House on this, but this could be a very big week for Wall Street, because with this uncertainty right now, that is the last thing that the markets like, and we don't have a lot of answers from the White House.
Alexis, President Trump says he couldn't care less if automakers raise prices due to the tariffs, because he says more cars will be made in the U.S. So what does this mean for auto workers?
It's not going to be good news. I've been spending a lot of time speaking with analysts, speaking with CEOs in the auto industry. They all seem to agree that these tariffs have the potential to be very chaotic for the auto industry. One analyst calling it Armageddon for the supply chain in the auto industry. And the problem here is that there really is no such thing as a U.S.-made car with all U.S.-made parts anymore. One analyst told me that's a fictional tale. I mean, even when you're talking about a U.S.-made car, up to 50% of the parts that go into that car are coming from overseas. And most analysts agree this is going to cause the price of a car to go up anywhere from $6,000 to as much as $10,000 or $12,000, depending on the model and the make. Analysts are telling me there is no winner here in this auto tariff war, not even Tesla. And they say this 25% tariff is really a bewildering number. They're calling it a head scratcher, Diane, for investors.
What about car buyers?
They're going to see prices go up, whether they're buying a foreign-made car or a U.S.-made car. And a lot of people, unless they absolutely need to buy a car right now, will most likely hold off. The average age of a car on the U.S. roads right now, 12.6 years. So people have already been holding on to their cars for longer.
Karen, meanwhile, President Trump says he's not joking about running for a third term, but he says we have a long way to go before we even think about that. So how could he get around the 22nd Amendment? How is this even possible?
Well, he said that he is considering options to do this, and one that was presented to him would be his Vice President, J.D. Vance, running and winning and then ceding power to President Trump. And he said that is one way to do it, but he said there are other methods too. Now, of course, the 22nd Amendment of the Constitution says that no person elected to the office of president can do that more than twice, but clearly the president is looking at other means there when he was asked this question. He was asked again about this last night to clarify or elaborate on his comments in the interview where he first started talking about this over the weekend. And he didn't want to get into specifics, Diane. He said, I don't even want to talk about it. I'm just telling you I had more people say, please run again.
All right, Karen Travers, Alexis Christoforous, thank you both.